Smack talking. Where the legends live and the rookies get schooled in law. This ain't just talk. This is smack talking raw. You ready, Pinky? Judge always Ron. Let's lay the smack down. Boom.
Welcome to another episode of Smack Talking Raw. I'm your boy Pinky. And of course, we got Ronstradamus back in the house where he belongs. What's up, my partner?
What's going on, partner? How you doing?
Oh, buddy, I am feeling good. Living large, partner. Living large. Oh.
Man, I've been awesome since 1972, so I felt I would say it out loud and say it like real proud. Let's go, baby. I wanted to show you, Pinky, my baby. This is my rated R superstar, my Ron Stradamus special with a signature by one Mick Foley on it, and I'm gonna get the other half signed by Edge at some point in time, and I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, I wanted to put that on show. Personalized, it's heavy, so I'm getting my little workout on this show. So let's go. Let me put it on the other arm because I'm ready.
We need to make it happen. We'll make that happen.
Sir.
Edge got to sign that, make that perfection.
That's right. That's right. So you did some things the last couple weeks, my friend, and I am superstar. Like I'm your fanboy right now. So hit us up, Pinky, and tell us what you've been up to the last 2 weeks, man. Because like you're on a world tour right now, my friend.
Oh, dude, I'm glad it's over. I'm glad. Metallica. We did Metallica for a weekend, which we talked about last week. They just put on an amazing show. Friday and Sunday night, we had wrestling in between where I got to come hang out with you for a while, do Night of Champions. That was a weekend. Friday, Saturday. Thankfully, I took Monday off to recuperate, and I needed it. And then come back this week. As soon as I left work on Thursday, went up to Denver, hung out with the wife and my daughter. And then Friday, we hung out at the pool, relaxed, and then I went to Wu-Tang with my son. I did Wu-Tang Clan and Run the Jewels played as well. It was
Wow.
It was really fun. It was hot though. It was hot. It was really hot. The sun was just beating on us.
Yeah.
And then the best experience of the weekend, the culmination, is absolutely Denver Fan Expo. Dude, I'm a big nerd. My buddy Robert, who sat in the chair for you a couple weeks ago, he's an uber nerd. He's on like a whole different level than me. I like to think I'm right there, but that like the people watching is amazing, and everybody's dressed up. Everybody's just doing their thing, having a good time. It's a great, just culmination of people. And my wife, I love this so much. So I had my wrestling belt around my shoulder the whole time walking around. I had my Rock jersey on. And my wife was like, I am completely shocked. I thought you would be the only idiot walking around with a wrestling belt on. And they were everywhere.
Yes,
everywhere. Everyone had a belt.
They were. Good job, Denver. Good job.
Denver showed out, man. The Cena fans, John Cena was there. He was like the top superstar, entertainment star there.
How was the line getting in there to like go and get pictures and autographs and all that sort of stuff?
Oh, the line for the photo op, we got in line at about 10:30. Our photo op time was around 11:25 ish. We were in like group 5. There were 4 groups before us. We got our picture with Cena, left, went and got some water, chilled for half an hour, came back, and there was still like 5 rows of people still waiting to get their photo with
Wow.
Cena.
Wow.
Like, I started doing the math, and I was like, he probably did. It was $200 for a photo op. He probably did 400, 500 photos.
Wow.
And you start doing the math in your head, you're like, damn, that's a lot
Right.
of money.
That's a
That's a lot
lot
of
of
money.
money. Yeah.
So, unfortunately, didn't get to talk to him a lot. Shook his hand, chatted for just a sec. My daughter, Harmony, was with me, and she told him that she really liked his movie Playing with Fire. And that made him smile real big and said, that's one of my favorite movies too. And then we took the picture, and then they were like, okay, move on. Like, get out.
Yeah. Peace out. Get on your
So
way.
I didn't get I wanted to get a picture of him hitting me with the belt. Unfortunately, we did not have the opportunity for that. So that'll have to be next time.
Okay. Okay. That sounds dope.
But
Um, that had to be an experience of a lifetime. I took my daughter back in 2016 to Las Vegas, and we happened to be the first people in line because we got there 6 hours ahead of time. And there was this girl, her name is Brittany. If you ever see her, she's like a model for WWE now. She models all the women clothes and everything like that. But at that time, she was just a wannabe, and now she's like a superstar on it. And she's a real cool chick.
dude, that picture of you guys in the Bellas is great, man. That's a beautiful picture. So you got very lucky. So that's photos, man. I mean, and then they just the whole crowd. Let's go, Cena.
Cena
Cena
sucks.
sucks. I mean, I was just like, nope, we ain't doing that today, guys. No Cena sucks today. And everybody started laughing at me, and I was like, we're not doing that. And it would quiet back down, and then let's go, Cena. And I'd be like, no, let's go, Cena. That's all we say today. That's all we
Man,
say.
so as my partner, one of the things that was really cool is I have this autograph book, ladies and gentlemen, and I've gotten this autograph book signed all over the place, from WrestleManias to different expos and stuff like that. And Pinky was kind enough to bring it with him when he went to go to the Denver Expo, and he got John Cena's, which is now my biggest autograph in there. There's one that we got to do. There's a couple more that I got to get. I got to get Stone Cold Steve Austin. I got to get The Rock. There's some big names inside that book. So that's stuff that we got to put on our agenda to go for the big boys now.
I mean, we can do Stone Cold. If you don't have Undertaker, we can get Undertaker. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, Undertaker, yes.
I don't think we're getting The Rock, bro. He doesn't do I don't think he does signings anymore.
Man,
sure.
the Rock better recognize.
We're gonna have to be standing out there at the Moana 3 set, like out there with the book, like Rock.
I'll put this up against you, Rock, anytime, baby.
So, and I didn't want to show the book today. We could do that on the next episode. I want the first time you see it to be in person.
Okay.
It is glorious. I will
Oh
say,
my
Ron. So the way that they split it up for autographs, where they did all the autographs without inscriptions, all the smaller type items first. So I had to get in line again at 12:30 for him to sign it at 1:30 to sign the book. So going through line, and
Uh-oh.
then I made sure to let him know, what do we got going on? No, did you freeze? I think you froze, Ron. Oh, Ron froze. Come back, Ron. Come back. All right. Well, we're going to fly solo for a moment. I think our man Ron's having some technical difficulties. So we're going to fly solo for a moment. So with signing that book, and I'll have to have Ron hear this again. Maybe we'll go forward. I did have him sign my belt. It came out beautiful. What's going on, Ron? Okay, now Ron should be back in a moment. Sorry, guys, technical difficulties. We're gonna have to edit this part of the show. It's just Pinky story time now. Meeting John Cena is as good as you think it would be. He's a super nice, wonderful guy. Shakes everybody's hands. Talks to everybody. How are you guys doing? What brought you here? Would ask you about the item you're having signed. Oh, let's see if he's coming. He's coming back.
I'm back in it. I don't
Okay.
know what happened. I don't know what happened. So you were saying, friend.
So I'm coming back to, we were talking about the book, and I brought the book. Harmony had it, and I said, hey, John, thank you so much for doing this. This is for my buddy Ron. He's the biggest wrestling fan. This book has so many wrestlers signed in it, and he is a huge fan. I was like, and he would be here right now, but he just had a kidney transplant, and he's recovering. And the first thing out of his mouth was like, "Oh man, is he okay? Is he doing good? Is he all right?" And I was like, oh, "Dude, he's aces. He's healthy. He's taking walks around the block already. If he could stand in line waiting for you, he'd probably be here. But I don't know if he's got the strength for that right now." And so he wished you well wishes, my friend. And,
Oh my goodness, that's awesome.
And that just comes back to, he's playing a heel character right now, but he's the nicest guy. He's down to earth. I think he truly cares. And I think the more you listen to some of his interviews, you can tell he's kind of an introspective guy, and he's continually trying to work on being a better person, I believe, when I listened to his interview. So it felt good to have him do that. And again, something that is not about me. It's about making sure that book is taken care of, and we get as many autographs as we can in that book.
Oh my goodness, that is absolutely outstanding, friend. Thank you so much.
Oh, and then because of the way they set up the autographs, I had to get back in line immediately after that to get my item signed at 2:30. So I had to wait in another long ass line. I literally left the line, got my autograph signed, got your book signed, got back. I talked to the lady up there. I was like, "Hey, can we get in line for 2:30 yet?" And she was like, "Yeah, sure." Got in line for 2:30, and I was sitting in, and we were in that line forever. That's where I met that guy. I showed you that picture of the guy who's got his name's Jason Gonzalez. Super cool guy. Loves wrestling as much as us. He has 5 steel chairs autographed front and back, like the whole freaking thing.
Wow.
Front and back.
Wow.
So the one that he got signed with Cena had the Undertaker and Ric Flair on it as well. Like that chair is awesome.
Oh my gosh.
But there's so many signatures on it. It's a little overwhelming. That's how many signatures are on there.
So the belt that you're looking at over here, right here, that one has Hulk Hogan, John Cena, Ric Flair, and Ric Flair signed it. Ric Flair Hall of Famer 812 on it, and then it has Roman Reigns on there. So 4 of the greatest champions in the WWE history all on there. So yeah, that's a good one.
So anything ever happens, bro, I'm gonna let Maggie know. If you sell that belt, come to me first.
That's
Come to
right.
me first.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Man, so you had an incredible week, a couple of great weekends. What was your highlight of the autograph picture taking? What was the highlight of that?
The highlight was getting this bad boy done. I don't know if I got my blur on. I don't know if you guys can.
It's a little blurry, but it's legit. I can see it. It's beautiful.
There we go. Never. So I had him put on there. Never seen 17 champ.
Oh wow.
And that was the first. He was like, "That's the first." He tells me, he's like, "That's the first time I've signed that." And I was like, "Probably won't be the last, but I'm glad I was the first." So, and everybody, as I was walking out, they were like, Oh, that's awesome. So maybe they had him. A couple people got the idea after I walked out because I
Right.
made sure to show everybody. Yeah, never seen 17. Because when they say it, when the announcer when he tells the announcer to give him his message when he's in the ring, the guy says the never seen 17-time champ, and I was like, that's perfect. Like that's perfect. And again, never seen. Right?
Right. Never seen.
Never seen.
Never
So
seen. Oh my goodness,
I
that's dope.
I was in heaven. I was tired. I was very tired. He had a Q&A session at 4:30 that had we waited for, if there was room, we could go in for free. Otherwise, you could buy tickets for it. I was just tired. I was like, you know what? I kind of want to, but we've been standing and waiting all day. Let's get out of here. So
And
I
plus, Hannah probably had a little bit of influence on that too. Like I'm through with it.
oh I
Love you,
yeah.
Hannah.
Hannah was a trooper. She was fully prepared to take videos and photos of the signings, and they were not allowing any phones at all. Like they were
At all
straight
in
up,
the air.
we will kick you out if you take your phone out and take video or pictures. So they were being very hardcore about it. I'm not sure why. I understand from other folks in the line that we were talking to, other signings are not quite that way. So, because again, a lot of people like to get the picture of you signing the item as proof that it's authentication that he signed it, right? So, but
Well, John Cena, the greatest of all time. I was looking at some of his older stuff. I actually sent you a video of some of his gangster rap that he had back in the
oh,
day,
so
and
good.
some of his, yeah, and he was so ahead of his time, just from the standpoint of his delivery. Every rap that he had was just so on point, and he talked about a lot of not PG things in the early part of his game. Right, everybody calls him PG Cena, but when he first came on the scene, he was anything but PG Cena at the first part of his career. So, congratulations to John Cena, the greatest of all time, in an era where he stood out over everybody else because he was just that damn good at that time. So much commitment to his game. He stomped a lot of people just because of the fact that he was doing things heads and tails above everybody else at that time. So kudos to him.
Yeah, it was so good, man. It was so good, and I was excited. I got to meet him 3 times in one day, 3 times.
Did he say anything about that or he didn't recognize?
By the third time, he was like, "I've seen you before."
Right.
I'm like, "Yeah, I'm back," and that was that was pretty common. There was a group of folks who just got autographs, not pictures, but a good portion of folks did the photo and then the autographs. A good portion got their photo because you paid for a print and you got a print on site, and then they immediately had him autograph the print. So, um, I can only imagine. I'm assuming he gets paid a flat fee, and the fan expo makes a certain amount of money off of his signing and his photos. So, I think I don't know how they work all that, but they made a lot of money off of Cena on Saturday. Faux show.
Faux show. Faux show. Well, man, a lot of people, they're hearing about what it is that we witnessed you do because I got pictures and stuff like that. But now we got to get to why people really tune into this show, and that's to hear a little bit about the wrestling. So I'm gonna get started with it before we go into it. So I was thinking about Night of Champions, and the more I think about Night of Champions, the more I realize that Triple H doesn't have a real good pulse on what he has in front of him. And the reason why I say that is that the Night of Champions, by proxy, that's designed to be a program for all of your championship belts, right?
Yes, sir.
And so for several of the matches to be non, not even non-title matches, but non-championship contenders, even inside of the match, that was just very weird to me. There was nothing on the line for these people to be in the match. Like Raquel and Rhea could have been a match for the number one contender for Io Sky, or Karrion Kross and Sami Zayn could have been a match for the Intercontinental title or something like that in the future or whatever. But they didn't even have those stakes on the line. So to Paul Levesque, one of the things that I just want to, when you have an ending feud like Cena and Paul and CM Punk, the challenge that you have in regards to writing that history out is I know you don't want to make anyone look bad or you want to make Seth Rollins look like he's a threat and everything like that, but you take away from the intimacy of the sport. And you got to be really mindful of that by having these run ins all the time. You can't have a run in every single match and say, "Whoa, that's so cool." It becomes redundant and it becomes familiar, and it's like, I don't really want to see that. So, what's really coming up for me, Paul, is I know that SummerSlam's coming up, and you're getting ready to get a big card established and situated. But let's not just concentrate on SummerSlam. Let's concentrate on the long-term booking again, friend, because the big problem that we have is we're in the Vince Triple H era right now. We're lost in the sauce, bro. And every commentary that I'm seeing about wrestling right now has these same types of complaints. And here at Smack Talk and Raw, we're not going to let up on you either. You know, we got 2 words for most people, but for you, I got 3. Pay attention, bro. In order to be on par, Triple H, you got to pay attention, bro. And that's the key thing that we want to do is we want to pay attention. The other company is starting to come up on your heels. Is that by design? Not sure. But the thing that I want you to know is that inside of being a WWE fan and somebody that's longed and loved for this product for over the last 41 years, the thing I'll share with you is that there's a lot of people that when I talk to them about wrestling that I know they're wrestling fans, they're tuned out. They're checking out other stuff. And it's sad. It's sad. The Rock and Cody was just a year and 3 months ago to where they're getting blood all over the bus, and the Seth Rollins and Rock and Roman Reigns and Cody are all on the stage in Las Vegas. And that was like fire. That was just a few months ago. But now we're in a stage to where, eh, we got El Grande Americano or El Grande her German, right? So
Post show.
it's funny when you think about it because it's like, okay, at least they expanded the thing, but like have a bunch of different people be El Grande Americano. Now make it fun. Have Kofi Kingston be El Grande Americano. Have different people be Grande Americano, so it keeps the thing back. So then when Chad Gable does come back and the real El Grande Americano comes back, now he has all these feuds that he comes back to. You were impersonating me. I was out injured and I was taking care of Chad Gable. Now you have a storyline that you build around it, right? Don't just have anyway. I could go on and on and on because I'm a hater. But at the end of the day, I just want to tell Triple H that we have great talent on the WWE roster right now, and it's real important
Dude.
for us to express that to him. Use that product. Don't bring back Trish Stratus for a title shot. Don't bring back Goldberg for a title shot. You have all these young guys and girls on the roster right now that are outstanding. Let those people shine, man.
Yeah, that's one of the things about this upcoming weekend that I've got an issue with. And back in the day, I loved Goldberg, right? But
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
that day's come and gone. Like,
Yeah.
the only outcome in my mind is him getting the shit kicked out of him against Gunther, because Gunther's a monster. And if he doesn't get the crap kicked out of him and he beats Gunther, what does that say about Gunther?
Right.
To me, it puts off the wrong image for Gunther, which you've been built like for the last 2 years. You've been building him as a monster. He's only lost like twice, Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. And before he lost to them, he beat them multiple times.
Beat
So
them
again,
multiple times. Yes.
it continues to show he's the monster, right? And I want him to be the monster. I want him to be that figure that is no nonsense, doesn't take any crap, looking to, hey, you're good, but I'm the best. Like,
Right.
I respect you, but I will still beat your ass. Like, I want that. He gets beat by a 58-year-old. that illusion is gone.
Right.
Like, and
It
then
was
again,
almost gone when Jey Uso beat him.
right?
That's the thing that's crazy
Well,
because Jey Uso is all of a sudden unstoppable Cody Jr., right?
so they've got. I think that has helped Jey Uso get to that. Now every time they're putting up against the top guys, win or lose, he's having a good showing. It looks good. They're good matches. And I think that did help elevate him. That feud with Gunther helped elevate him. But we all agree, Gunther goes to sleep. I'm cool with it. He tapped in 3 seconds. Like, I'm not tapping in 3 seconds.
Right, right. Not ever.
Right? I'm
Maybe
going to be like,
four. Maybe four.
you know, how many Gunther chops did I take first? And then he could show. Yeah. Gunther chops and as we talked about, tsunamis. I'm out. I'm out.
Yeah.
Um,
Tsunami, I'm not taking one. I'm out
so
for
I
sure.
totally agree with you, my friend. It'd be interesting because again, we're not in the background. We're not in the writing room. We as Triple H keeps saying, he's got this long-term view of it, so he likes to come back and say, how you feeling now? How are we doing now? Last couple weeks on Raw, I'm actually feeling pretty good. Like, it's been pretty. I think the product has been better over the last couple weeks. I've enjoyed it a lot more. Especially the last two Raws, I've really enjoyed. So hopefully we can keep building on the momentum. Hopefully, but
On this past Raw, one of the things I liked is it teased a little bit of tension between Braun Breaker and Seth Rollins, that whole episode. But they need to do is they really need to develop the thing. The thing I told you while I was recovering, I spent a lot of time watching wrestling.
a
A
lot of
lot
time.
of time watching. Yeah, a lot of time. And the product problem right now is that people are indifferent to the wrestlers because they don't have any backstory to them, right? Like, why should I care about Bronson Reed? Except for he's a big guy and he jumps on people and hurts the shit out of them because he does this tsunami splash on them, right? I have no reason to care for him. Ric Flair back in the day when he used to be the champion, he would come in and he says, "Woo! Kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, jet flying, riding son of a gun. And if you want to come and try to take the 10 pounds of gold, woo! You ain't gonna be doing it because I'm the nature boy." And then the person would come out, they'd roll Nature Boy in the ring, he'd flip over the ring and everything like that. And you start rooting for this guy that has beef with Ric Flair. Like, maybe you're the guy that's gonna beat him. Then it would come in the ring, Ric Flair would beat him, and we'd be like, dang it. It came so close. Ric Flair would cheat or whatever the case may be, and then that would build another baby face to come after him, and then another baby face to come after him. But nowadays, it's kind of like, why do I care about anybody?
Well,
Why am I in a,
and that's because they're so quick with these quick feuds. Like, it's one PLE and then they're on to the next, story with someone else, and it's like, no, like, we need to let this burn for a little while. We need to let this, like, you know, uh, you know, Jey Uso, wrestling Gunther multiple times before he finally beat him. It had gotten to that point by the time we got to WrestleMania. We were all like, he needs to win. He's got to beat Gunther. Like, because they've been doing it for so long. I thought that feud worked really well because now it got to that point we knew Jay was going to go over. So most of us were like, oh yeah, Jay's going to win because, we're smart. But we had that just moment of just like, oh, is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? They built that up. And some of these feuds are going so quick that we don't have that time to build up, like you said, that care for that individual wrestler. So, and
right?
if we're like, hey, it's cool that you come out and yeet, or it's cool that Braun Breaker starts barking and spears somebody, that's cool. But then I'm not getting anything else to make me care if they win or lose. And
Right.
at the end of the day, that's what we need. We need the good guys and the bad guys, and we've got to build up that back and forth to where you actually care. Like you at Night of Champions, and you knew Cena was going to win, but yet your blood pressure still rose when CM Punk lost. You were
Right.
still pissed
Right.
off about it because CM Punk is your guy. You've got
Yeah,
that
it's my
vested
dude.
interest in him. yes, we absolutely need that, and especially we need that in a lot of our younger wrestlers to get the crowd to really care.
You're absolutely right, champ. So let's get on to let's get on to let's do Saturday night's main event first, because like one of the things that I know is that we got the women, and before we get into I'm really impressed with the women's product right now. But just in general, I tend to look forward to that. Like on when we get to Evolution, there's a match that may steal the whole weekend that I want to talk about as we come upon that and everything like that. And everybody that's watching this, drop a like or comment about what match you're looking forward to, who it is that you want to see. And we have three events coming up this weekend. We got Great American Bash. We have Saturday night's main event and Evolution. So drop a like or comment about what match you're looking forward to first. Put in some of the people, predictions on matches and stuff like that. And we'll keep tally, and we'll interact with you guys through the chat. Okay.
So at the moment, since we're going before SmackDown, there's only 3 matches lined up for Saturday Night Main Event, and I think they only do 4 or 5 on Saturday. I know they don't do much because it's only a 2-hour show with a good amount of commercials as well. So
Right.
they don't put a lot of matches. But so far, we've got LA Knight and Seth Rollins. I'm not a huge LA Knight guy, but the last couple of weeks, what they've been doing with him, I'm feeling it. I'm digging it. When he came up and got Seth Rollins up in the crowd, loved it. When they went back into the concession area with fans all around, they beating the hell out of each other. I dug it. This week, when he got him again and interrupted him in the ring when he thought he was going to be smashing Penta, boom, he's there again. I'm digging this, man. What are you feeling?
I'm liking LA Knight a lot better on the red brand than I was on the blue brand. It felt like he got lost in the sauce on the blue brand. He came out on fire. Everybody was behind him and really chanting LA Knight. And then he lost to Roman Reigns, and then kind of got sent back to the middle pecking order to where nobody wanted to see him there. Everybody wanted to see him elevated to a championship status. And that's another Triple H miss. He had a lightning bolt on a rocket ship, and he just chose not to push him. So
I feel like LA Knight puts on main event matches, so he should be in the main event picture. And when they brought him back and had him down at the U.S. title, I felt like that was a disservice. Like, he didn't need to be, fighting for the U.S. title. He needed to be fighting with the big boys.
yeah, me too. I agree.
I'm hoping they keep him going because he's kind of growing on me. My buddy Caleb hit me up after Raw last night, and he was like, "How you feeling, my boy LA Knight?" And I was like, "You know what? I'm starting to feel him." So whatever they're doing right now is working for LA Knight, and I'm excited to see where we can go. So I'm high on this match. It's tough because I don't. Seth Rollins' crew's got to get involved. LA Knight can't beat Seth clean, and Seth probably can't beat LA Knight clean at this juncture of this story that we're trying to tell with the faction.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. It's going to be a disqualification one way or another, because like it could go, somebody comes in to help LA Knight and they clock, like CM Punk comes out or whatever the case may be, or something happens that causes a disqualification and ultimately leads to this elongating the feud at some point.
Yeah, and then this is at the moment, bless you. Penta doesn't have anything going for Saturday night's main event, so he might show up. He's been getting involved with the faction. Sami Zayn's been getting involved with the faction. So it's possible to see those guys come out during this match to help LA Knight. So I am intrigued, and I think this will be a good match. I don't know if I've seen many bad Seth Rollins matches. I can't remember any. He typically puts. The match with Penta on Raw, I thought that completely helped Penta. It continued to rise his stock of just like, and I think Penta's matches are entertaining for me because he's my guy. But
Right.
Seth Rollins did a beautiful job, really making him look good And then again, at the end, it's still a disqualification, and there's a lot going on. But I really enjoyed the match, and that's again, Seth freaking Rollins is one of my guys too. I love the guy. I love him.
He's underrated, but he should really let Paul Heyman do the talking for him because I kind of get sick of hearing him whine about being, I'm the money in the bank guy and everything. I want to have Paul Heyman be the mouthpiece. Like when Roman Reigns spoke, he spoke very clearly about being the tribal chief and acknowledge me and all that sort of stuff. Whereas Seth Rollins doesn't really have, you're here on Monday night, Rollins, right? And then he jibber jabbers about being the money in the bank. We're the most impressive group and everything like that. That's not his strength. His strength is his wrestling.
His strength is his wrestling. That's absolutely true. So we're on the same page here. Disqualification.
Disqualification.
All right, I like it. The next match, I'm pretty stoked about too, man. Our boy Drew McIntyre's back. I love Drew McIntyre. I'm a big fan of the Scottish Warrior. Scottish, a little bit of Scottish descent here. 25-30%. The last name's from Scotland, so I'm gonna take it. So I really like Drew a lot. I'm excited he's back and he's going against Randy Orton. Most of the Randy Orton matches over the last year or two have been pretty damn good as well. So this should be a damn fun match.
I agree with you there. But the thing is that Triple H has booked himself into a catastrophe because in this situation, he has Randy Orton, who's been losing ever since he's come back. He's not won one significant match since he's been back. You got Drew McIntyre, who just got RKO'd on his return, and he's been losing ever since he'd been in the CM Punk feud and everything like that. So something's got to give, but who pays the cost in that, right?
Ooh, there's the rub, man. So who wins?
So in my eyes, Drew McIntyre's got to win. He's got to answer the RKO that was done. He's got to cheat or something like that. Put the stakes higher so they have a rematch at SummerSlam or something like that because neither one of them has anything going on. So I think that might be something, and it may even become another disqualification because they've booked themselves into a deep corner on this one for sure.
That is, you make a very great point on that. That the only match Randy has won was he squashed Joe Hendry at WrestleMania.
Yeah, that's it.
And that was to be expected, right?
Right.
And they let Joe Henry look good for a moment, and then boom, he was out. But other than that, Randy's put on really great matches, but lost.
Right.
So, because his match with Cody at Night of Champions was good. His match with Cena at whatever it was they did in St. Louis. I can't remember the name of it.
Was it Money in the Bank or Backlash?
Backlash.
Backlash.
That was good. That match was good between him and Cena. The build up to it was pretty damn good. So I feel like Orton he's right there, and he definitely deserves to get back into that title picture, which I think you could put him in a title match. And he's kind of like some of the other guys where he doesn't need Money in the Bank. He doesn't need Elimination Chamber. He can get a title match really any time that they decide to put him in one. But Drew's got to win. I agree. Drew's got to win. He's got to come back strong after his injury. He'd been out since WrestleMania, I believe. So it's time to let the Scottish Warrior go to work, baby.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And get the kilt ready for sure.
And then Goldberg and Gunther. Gunther's got to win. He's got to win. What's the world look like if Goldberg wins and he's the champ?
So the only thing I could think of, this is the only thing I could think of, the only thing for the shock value of Goldberg winning is that they put together a mini tournament and that the winner gets crowned at SummerSlam the new World Heavyweight Champion. Goldberg wins the belt, and then they have a mini tournament, and then you get a LA Knight championship win, and then Seth Rollins cashes in on him in that space right there.
Or you could do Sami Zayn gets the win, so he wins his title, but then Seth Rollins cashes in. multiple ways to go with that. Do you? I mean, Gunther left the door open that he would be open to more than this last match, but maybe that's just selling this. I don't know. I
Right.
I don't even
And
know why he's doing it. He's 58. Like, let's go. Let it go.
that's it. That's another thing that I just want to talk about Triple H booking, right? Okay, so me and you were talking here on Smack Talk and Raw. All of a sudden, I show up and I'm at Titan Towers, and I walk in and I'm like, "Hey, I want a title shot." They're like, "What? Who are you? You know, you ain't been at wrestling around here or nothing like that. We don't know nothing about you." That's how Goldberg should be treated right now. He doesn't walk off the street and all of a sudden become a world heavyweight title contender. How does that happen, bro?
It's just crazy to me. It's crazy. And again, and the issue I have with these things is kind of like the last 8 years before Cena's retirement tour. They bring Cena back just to lose.
Right.
Like, where's the nostalgia in that? Where's the
Right.
like? That doesn't make me like to want for one. Like when he lost to Austin Theory, that didn't raise the bar for Austin Theory. I thought that just lowered the bar for John Cena. Oh, having Goldberg come back, and if he gets squashed by Gunther, it just lowers the bar for Goldberg. So that's where I'm just like, I don't know where they're going to go with this because, like, what's the payoff for Goldberg in this case to have a last match against a monster who you should get squashed by? Is he just going to amazingly look great and then, like, he wins and now he's gone? Like that. I mean, I would love a open, a full open, tournament for a belt. That'd be pretty cool. It hasn't been done in a little while, so I'd be all right with that. But yeah, I'm just so out on this, and I like Gunther a lot. I think Gunther should smash, but there's just part of me that just like, well, why bring Goldberg back if he's just going to get squashed? So
Right. I think what could happen in this match is Goldberg comes out, he does the jackhammer, this and does all the his nostalgic things, and then Gunther kicks out of his stuff, and then Gunther just goes to work on him and just proves to him that he's great. But at the end, I see Goldberg somehow getting a pin on Gunther. I just see it. Somebody's either going to help out, something's going to happen. There's going to be some kind of like thing to where Goldberg wins out with the title, and they're going to have some kind of tournament at SummerSlam because they're going to try to elevate that nostalgia to the next level of this is the first time that we've defended the World Heavyweight Tournament in a tournament kind of thing or whatever.
I mean, I'm in for it. I think that'd be fun. Because then you can throw LA Knight in there. You could throw my boy Penta in there. You can put Fatu in there. You can put Randy Orton, give him a shot. Like, although he's SmackDown, so I guess not really, but for the Raw guys, right? So, all right, let's move on to the women because that's really what we want to talk about. I like talking about the ladies. You like talking about the ladies. Let's
Yes.
make it happen.
Let's make it happen. Let's go.
So I'll run it down for you, Ron. All right. So we'll talk about the first one, which I think is a fun match, but I don't see this being match of the night. We got the NXT champion JC Jane versus the monster Jordan Grace.
Yeah, it's Jordan. It's Jordan's time. Jordan is a monster, and she's a great wrestler, and she's an Oba Femi type character for the women's division for people to have something to challenge. Jordan Grace in a hands down squash.
So I'm gonna play devil's advocate on you on this one, my friend.
Okay.
She has lost every title opportunity she's had. I do think she doesn't need the title to go to the main roster. I feel like she's main roster ready, but since they just brought 3 ladies up to the main roster, they're going to make her wait a little bit longer, right? Now, JC Jane has already been doing a feud with Blake Monroe. Well, that feud is bigger if she's still got the title. So that's why I have this feeling that they want to put the title on Blake Monroe, but they don't want her to go through Jordan Grace to get it. So I think JC Jane's going to retain.
Okay. Okay. We will see on Sunday. We'll see
So
on Sunday. Jordan Grace, she's an incredible wrestler. She's just an incredible mat technician.
dude,
And
she's rock solid, man. Rock solid.
yeah, she's incredible. Who else? What you got?
All right. So then we've got we'll go to Naomi versus Jade Cargill. Wake up, Ron. Wake up.
Uh, 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 um, I think that Naomi wins, but I think Jade wins, and I don't care who wins.
Okay.
I think that either way, they're going to look stronger than they have in recent times. They're going to have a good match. I think that ultimately, to carry Jade and make her stronger, I think Jade wins the match, and that's going to lead to Naomi cashing in on her when she wins the title.
Right. I think they're going to continue to build this story, and I think the story continues if Jade wins versus Naomi winning. Naomi
Right.
doesn't need to win. She's got the briefcase. She's playing that heel character, which Caleb still had that horrible take while you were out about Naomi's not a heel. And I was like, I don't know what you're watching, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you just crazy. So, yeah, I think Jade is going to win this. I don't know how. I think it should be good. I enjoy most of Naomi's matches. I always think she does a really good job in the ring. So,
She's an incredible athlete. Like a lot of people don't give Naomi here just due. Two things though, real quick, that are missing from this whole extravaganza is Stephanie Vaquer
we ain't
and
got there yet.
and Julia. Those two things are missing from this card.
We haven't got there yet.
Okay, go ahead.
So, then we've got they just announced it. Becky Lynch will defend the Intercontinental Championship against Bailey and Lyra Valkyria.
Yes, that's the match. That's the match of the weekend.
Is that the one you were thinking is going to be the best of the weekend?
That's the match of the weekend right there. Those three are going to put on a show.
I'm holding out for the next one, or one of the last ones we'll talk about. But that one, I would not be shocked when we come back, when we're sitting there watching the post show Sunday night together, if we go, damn, that was a good match.
Right.
That was fantastic. So, because those ladies all do put it.
You have two different eras that are really going to be at war here. So you got Becky and Bailey who are fighting over who was the best of their era. Then you got Valkyria, who I don't like her character development, but I see she's pretty sound technically. So I'm going to give her some dap there. So those three are going to put on a very similar match to what Bianca, Rhea, and Io did to steal the show at Evolution, because every woman there is going to want to have the match of the night, and I think that's the one.
I think they're all going to want to have that match of the night for sure. And then we talked about it earlier. Bad booking, right? We're not sure why they're doing it, but the Trish Stratus, Tiffany Stratton, Tiffany picking Trish Stratus to defend her title against. And I mean, Trish's matches haven't been awful, but they're not amazing either. They're just kind of like, okay, like, huh? Meh. She's still pretty to look at. I find her an attractive older woman, but I don't see her as a threat to Tiffany.
Her TNA days are behind her for sure.
So I'm not sure where. I just don't know why they did this. Unless it's just like, hey, we want to get Trish on the card. She sells tickets, just like Nikki Bella. So let's have her on the card. Tiffany and her can have a good match. Tiffany can win, and nobody's really going to care. It's probably that's how I feel. Nobody's really going to care.
Yeah, that's got to be a Tiffany win. Definitely 100% there.
Right, because you're gonna keep her as champ for SummerSlam. 2-night event. You got to have it, man. Got to have
Yeah,
it.
you got the only
All
thing that would make it interesting is if Naomi cashed in on that match and won the title after having lost to Jade, and then Jade cashes in her thing for a main event spot for the women's title at SummerSlam. Not cashing it in as a secret, but up front cashing it in. Like overconfidence
so
kind of.
there are the queen of the ring is already guaranteed a title spot at SummerSlam.
Okay, got it,
She's
got it,
already
got
got
it.
it.
Yes,
Yeah. Cody already has the title shot against Cena at SummerSlam. That's already booked.
that's
So
right. That's right.
whoever the champ is, Jade will face. So we're good there. We'll move on. The tag team titles from Raw of I don't know what's worse, the women's tag team division on Raw or the men. Well, it's probably the women's. The men's tag team division is pretty bad, but at least they have tag teams.
Right.
Not a lot that you care about, but they have them. The women's tag, there's no tag teams. There's Alba Fire and Piper Nevin as the Secret Hervis. That's the only other tag team.
Right.
So actually, wait, they're on SmackDown. Never mind.
Yeah.
They're not even on
But
Raw.
the women's titles go on both brands.
Okay.
Which
So
is what they should do with the tag team titles is make them go on both brands instead of having two separate titles on each show. Have one tag team champion and they defend on both shows.
I like that. So the tag team titles are up for grabs. You've got Roxanne Perez, the new member of Judgment Day, and Raquel Rodriguez defending the title. And we've got Sol Ruka and Zarya from NXT. We have the Kabuki Warriors, who are back, Asuka
Yes.
and Kari Zane. That should be good. And Asuka keeps looking better and better every
Yes.
time,
Every
man.
match. Every match.
So I'm digging that. And then I'm really excited. This has been really fun. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I need them to win so bad. I want this so bad. Their awkwardness, we're friends, we're not friends. Alexa trying to be Charlotte's friend and Charlotte kind of trying to push her away. I love it, man. I am digging that.
I'm digging it too. I would love to see those two become the tag team champions because it adds to the storyline. But the only thing it takes away from is when Liv does come back, if Roxanne Perez is the champion, then it makes for a great storyline of like what happens then, So that's another thing that's in my thought process for sure.
That's next level thinking because that's a built-in storyline. The only problem with that is that's like 8 months away. And do you want to
Right.
keep them? Do you want to keep them tag champs for the next 8 months, or you could have them lose now, get it back right before Liv comes back, and now we've got that. We can have that story at that point.
But there would be no reason for Liv to be mad because she wasn't the title when they won it the second time. So right now she's currently the tag team champion, but she's on the sideline. If they have the title still when she comes back, then she's like, well, wait a minute, give me my belt back. Right. And then they can have a series of things. But again, you're right. 8 months. I don't think Triple H is really long term booking. So Charlotte and Alexa win.
Let's go. And then we've got the so there's a women's battle royal, and all of the participants have not been announced. There's a good amount of participants from NXT that will be in this battle royal. Those are getting announced tonight on the NXT program tonight. Our girl Stephanie is in this match, so she is on the card. Thankfully,
Sweet.
and she needs to win.
Yes.
But now I'm worried
Yes.
because Nikki Bella is in this match.
Yes.
And now the winner of this battle royal gets a championship match at Clash in Paris.
That's right. And Nikki Bella gave a promo and no one else gave a promo. So how do you show your hand early, Triple H?
Right. So I'm going to be praying for Stephanie to win. I feel like they're still holding her back a little bit. not giving her the full push yet. Maybe they've got bigger things in mind for her. I know they got Julia the U.S. title right away, right? We're both excited about that. Julia
Yes.
is awesome. I enjoy her a lot. Roxanne's awesome. Stephanie's awesome. Stephanie, I feel like, is next level. So I
Yes.
feel like they're kind of gonna slow build her to where she's in the main event all the time.
Yeah,
So
she's got a 10-15 year career in WWE. She's like they're the next level right there. Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie, um, Jordan Grace, and all those girls are incredible wrestlers.
I like Sol Ruka a lot. I'm
Yeah, so yep.
when she comes up, I still think her what is that, a 450 off the ropes with like a RKO
Unbelievable.
backwards, like that's still the craziest thing. So the last match to talk about, and this is one I think I'm holding out hope that this is the match of the night, and that's Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
And this has got
Rhea,
go ahead.
Rhea has never beaten Io, which is unbelievable considering the size differential of
I
those
mean,
two.
it's only 3 matches though, so it's not like it's not a large sample size. It's not like being 0-10 against Rhea or Io Sky, but it
But
is
the
0-3.
it's like you fighting against Harmony, right? If you fight against Harmony and you tell me you're 0-3, I'm gonna be like, bro, what is happening? What's going on, man? Yeah. Well, she's just fast. I don't know how to get you right. But the key thing is that Rhea, go ahead. You were gonna say something that I interrupted. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say I'm intrigued by this because of that storyline. Io has not lost to Rhea. Rhea trying to get that belt back from Io. When Io took it right before WrestleMania. Io hasn't defended it since WrestleMania. Like, that's part of this storyline as well. Like, why have we waited so long? Like, why has she just been, and she's barely been on Raw. She's
Right.
shown up. She's kind of been there in the background a couple episodes, but like she hasn't actually done a lot. She wrestled in a tag team match with Stephanie and Julia or Julia and Roxanne. There was a bunch of them that were they were kind of trying to see if these girls were good for the main roster, and then they found out, yep, they are.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all she had done. So I just, these two women, when they get in the ring, I've never seen a bad match from them. I just haven't. And that's what's got me going. This is going to be a banger. And I respect Io Sky a lot. I think she's a fantastic wrestler that I feel like the WWE universe is starting to understand how good of a wrestler she is. She's
Yeah.
getting her due. And the only thing I feel like is that we haven't seen it since she won.
It would be really nice if she won again just to keep that aura of like I got your number, Rhea. But I think it's time for mommy to have the title because she's a big draw for SummerSlam, whereas Io, not so much. No disrespect to Io. She's like you gotta have we got 3 weeks until SummerSlam. And you need somebody that's going to be able to attract audience members, right? And EO's not. That's the reason why she's not on TV is because you have that language barrier. She's a great wrestler, cute to look at, and the whole thing. But at the end of the day, what draws people into the show is what you do here. What you do here. If you don't have this, then long term, I can't utilize you as somebody that I'm cheering for, except for if I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling purist, Io Sky is dope, and I just love watching her. And I'm like, yeah, you did it again, girl. But if it comes to like, I want to be entertained by her, not so
Well,
much.
so being big wrestling fans like we are, Ron, we like watching Io wrestle. We understand what we're watching. The casual fan, though, that is going to come and watch a PLE, they don't know nothing about her, and they don't really know the ins and outs of what she can do. So they're not going to be as excited for her as they would for Rhea, because Rhea is just a completely different animal.
Yes.
And I think that's where you make the exact great point. It's time for Rhea to win. Rhea as the champ at SummerSlam would pose a a bigger draw, a bigger aura, a bigger match at that point. And I'm trying to think. I'm just trying to think who would they put up against Rhea at that point? Do you run it back with Io at SummerSlam? Is that when Bianca comes back and now you got Bianca and Rhea?
So here's who you give to Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. The recent Intercontinental Champion Becky Lynch fighting for the Women's World Championship. Lyra and Bailey, one of those two wins it, and Bailey challenges Rhea for the title. A rematch of WrestleMania 40.
That could be fun. That could be fun. I'd like that. I mean, whatever Rhea does is always going to be a good time.
Yes.
Her matches are fun. Her entrance is fun. Her aura is there. She's just a made woman, man. And that's why, like we talked about, Rhea Ripley does not have to win Money in the Bank. She doesn't have to win Elimination Chamber. She can literally just be like, I need a title match.
Yeah.
Right? And she could get one. And there's multiple women. Charlotte Flair can probably do that. I think they've been kind of holding Charlotte Flair back lately. And maybe that's because they don't immediately want to put the belt back on her just yet, right? They'll build to that. Because I think she's going to be the one that breaks the record.
I agree with that. I agree that she's going to be the one that breaks John Cena's record. So she's going to get 18 of those titles, and then there's going to be some kind of chicanery that goes on or whatever. Yeah, she's going to be the one for sure.
She will be the one. All right,
so,
my man.
So Flair will be back on top again.
Flair will be back on top. And then you could say Flair had generated, what is that, 33 titles? 16 plus 17? Or 16 plus 18, 43, 44?
34 titles in their family lineage. Oh, my goodness.
That bad? Oh, yeah, my math is that bad. Sorry, guys. All right.
So we want to thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching Smack Talk and Raw. That's Pinky, and I'm Ron. And if you don't get people to start watching alongside of you, we got 2 words for you. Stuck it!
Stuck it! Love you guys.
Love you guys.
We'll see
you
your
soon.
Friends and family. We'll see you next week.
Happy summer, guys.